of a scenery through the ring and go, hey, I've got a ring thing. Here's
That's
a
awesome.
few people up there. Yeah, I don't know.
That's awesome, though. Yeah.
Really fun in her videos because when you're out there in the field, as we all know, you aren't, like she just said, you're not always finding things. And when you run a channel, you got to make it fun if you're not finding anything that great. And that's what's fun about her videos, is she makes it very entertaining.
They are. I love watching your videos, Dawn. I do.
Thank you. I'm not speaking too fast for you, am I? I'm trying to do my best queen.
No, you're fine. I do know that there's some people in chat that have asked for a translator, but
we're going to tell you a little bit about, we've got a big contest going on. So it's myself, Dawn, Miguel, and then now we've added Bobby. And then we are a team against some Tim. Tim and George and Steve and Wesley. Wesley is the nephew?
Yeah.
Nephew of Bobby. And we've got this contest going on. We're looking for, like, the oldest silver is one of the things, and the best relic or coolest relic. And so today was day one. We're going to go ahead and combine it with tomorrow. We'll lay out our best finds, and then we're going to have, I think our buddy Ken that joined us today, he took us to one of the properties, and we're going to have him judge us tomorrow and announce the winning team. Now, what's really fun about this whole thing is the opposite team got to name the opposite team. So we got to name our opposing team, and they got to name us. So is anybody curious about the names that they came up with, or we came up with as well?
sure. Well, yeah. What's
The thing is, they gave us a name, and we didn't know what it was, and we couldn't remember it. So when I was on video trying to say what our name was, I just kept saying it's a big rat thing.
It's a rat thing.
Big rat thing. What was it? Nibbling nutras.
Yeah, the nibbling nutria, which is a giant rat found in some swampish areas and creeks and stuff. And so we just plain and simple just said, well, they are the bottom feeders. So it was actually made little, we each took photos of each other last night, each team member, and when we were at the restaurant, and we made these little funny little logos and stuff. So it's going to be fun. We'll have that in the video as well. So
what's that man doing in there? Get hit by an alligator.
We just passed this bayou, and there's a man in the boat, and John's like, what's that man doing in there? He could get bit by an alligator.
That's too
I've
funny.
been so terrified because in England we haven't got any animals that will kill you or are poisonous. Nothing. We've got no snakes, no spiders,
and no poison ivy,
no poison
oak,
no, none of that.
no spiders,
No alligators,
no alligators,
no bears,
no ticks,
no ticks. Not really. We don't have them chiggy things either.
no chiggers.
So no snakes. Oh, well, we have little grass snakes, but you don't see those, and they're not poisonous. So while I've been over here, every time I'm walking anywhere, I'm consciously looking to be murdered.
Yes. We were out in the field a while ago, and she came back and said, oh, I saw this giant footprint. You think it's a bear? It's more than likely, it's probably a coyote or something like that, but you never know.
Did film it. I filmed it. You'll see it in my YouTube.
Cool.
Let's see. Mary in chat wanted to know, what is the most interesting thing that you've found, Dawn?
Interesting. Oh, well. I found a lead thing one day, and I wasn't quite sure what it was. I knew it was definitely something. And when I got it home and cleaned it, it was a lady, and she was bent over, and she had her head between her knees, and her skirt lifted up, showing her bum. Look at Miguel's face. And it was a brothel token.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was a brothel token from about 1800. But I've still got that now. But yeah, I didn't know what it was. But then I realised that it's the lady, and she's got a skirt splits over her bottom. And yeah, so I think that's sort of a strange find.
It is a strange find. Very cool.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. Jason would like to know, what is the Garrett Caravan using for detectors on this outing you're doing?
Most of us are using the Garrett 18 Max, I would say. I think Steve used the Apex for a little while today.
About different size coils on.
And yeah, most of us are using the Viper coil, I think. Our friend Ken today, he's using the 18 Max with the, he had the Pro. I thought he had the Max. And he was digging a target, and he looked up, and he found a seated cast iron laying on the surface right beside the hole he was digging.
Oh.
And then,
about Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel, you want to tell them about that? You're fine.
I was walking around and swinging, and I came across, I just happened to look down, and there was a basketball net.
Oh, hold on a second. Gypsy, any chance you can move the phone closer?
I got it. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I was walking in the field and I was swinging, and I just happened to look down, and I saw the back of a button. And when I flipped it over, it was a general service. We think it might be an officer, Civil War officer's button.
Ooh.
So, and it's got the gold gilt on it and everything. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. And everybody came over and it was like, man. So.
That's awesome. Great find.
And
Nice.
my best find today, I didn't find any silver, unfortunately, but I did find an Indian head penny,
Ooh.
which apparently is good. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's the trouble a little bit when you're from a different country. You're not sure what you're digging up. You have to keep showing people, is this good? Is that good?
Yep.
Her first day, I think, at the Garrett hunt, we were out in the field, and she dug a clad quarter, and...
Oh, yeah, I got that 2022, didn't I?
Yes.
JFK $1.
Oh, you did?
It's brand new, though, like, and I thought it was magical.
Right.
I did a silver dance for it, I think.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it was 2022.
We have questions of what year was the Indian head penny?
Well, I don't know at the time because I didn't know it was really a good find, and it was so hot. I mean, in England it's nearly freezing, and here it's like 3,000 degrees. And I was that hot, I put it in my bag because I couldn't be bothered putting my glasses on my face. So I'll find out when I get home, and I'll probably post a picture of it online.
Fantastic.
I think we got 74 today, but there was no clouds whatsoever. So it was probably like 80-something. But I'm really not sure how hot it got today. But she's a bit sunburned, but she has been applying her her sunscreen. And you know what's funny? She was telling me a little story yesterday. We had such a good chat yesterday, didn't we? And she was telling me this story about when people come over, when people go on a holiday, which of course in the States we call it a vacation. When people go on a vacation and they come back all tan and red and from their vacation, that means they must have had a really good holiday. And if they don't, she said one of the first things they ask you, they look at your skin to see.
Yeah, in England, because we never get a suntan really unless we go abroad. So we're all white and pasty. So if you go abroad, when you come home, most people look at you, and if you've got a suntan, they go, oh, you must have had a good holiday. Whereas if you come back white, you go, oh, was the weather rubbish? So that's all they're bothered about. So I'm bright red at the minute. I'm sort of bright red with zebra feet. I'm zebra stripes.
Had
an epic time. Yeah.
Epic. Yep. Oh my. So, Dawn, did you get to meet Jace Robertson?
I did, yes. I met him in the field.
Awesome.
Someone going out for the silver hunt, so I had a little chat with him, and he was a really nice guy. He was nice. I met everybody, to be honest with you. I came over, and I didn't really expect anybody to know who I was, to be honest with you. I thought I'll be stood at the Garrett booth, and I thought there'll be queues for Gypsy, and there'll be queues for KG and Ringy, and Nugget Knocking, and nobody would know where I am. And I was absolutely overwhelmed with the kindness and the amount of people that knew who I was. It was unbelievable. I'm still not got over it, really. And it was so lovely. Yeah, so lovely.
And just to know how much everyone loves her, she's got loads of gifts to bring back home with her.
I have got a hold all full of everything. I've got books, I've got coins, I've got even on my silver coin, which one my snake. What's that? She's doing a vital snake shape. Oh yeah, I got somebody, Mark Hoover. You might know Mark Hoover, and his wife Gail gave me a megalodon tooth.
Oh, fantastic!
I was absolutely blown away with that because we can never find anything like that. I know you always think we have old things, but you've got older, with things like megalodon teeth, and even in the car park of where the Garrett hunt was, you're just walking around, there's just fossils everywhere on the floor. So yeah, I've got a bag full of fossils.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So the question about Jace was from Mike, and we have a follow-up question, and let's see, it came from Wayne. Did you meet Keith Wills? Gypsy, was Keith there?
I barely saw Keith walk by. We were so busy. I don't think he ever came by the Garrett booth. I saw him walk by once at the front. Keith is from East Texas Metal Detectors Company, and
he donated a gold bar.
He donated a gold bar to the hunt.
Oh, wow.
For those of you who don't know, I bought my very first Garrett metal detector from Keith Wills. Yeah. Sunset. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. We can see a gorgeous sunset right now over the Louisiana, Mississippi thing. Near the Mississippi River.
Fantastic.
But no, I didn't even get a chance to talk to Keith. We were all so busy. If they didn't come by the booth, we probably didn't get a chance to see them. And every time I would try to even walk to the bathroom, we couldn't do it. We were being stopped and getting people wanting photos and autographs.
Yeah, I had to at one point go out and hide for 10 minutes. Just to have 10 minutes. Not that I wanted to hide, but I am quite an introvert. I know you won't think that, but when I'm at home, I like to spend a lot of time sat on my own. So when I go from being singular into like that, like sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed, which I had 10 minutes hiding, but it was so fantastic to meet people. especially all the people that have supported me online, on Facebook, on YouTube, for all these years.